Yeah. My dear students, till now two periodic properties completed. Atomic size or atomic radius. Second one is ionization potential or ionization energy. Next third one is electron gain enthalpy or electron affinity. Third periodic property is electron gain enthalpy or electron affinity. Electron affinity is nothing but, see, we know that to remove the electron from the valency orbit of a neutral atom, energy will be required. To remove the electron from the valence orbit of a neutral atom, energy will be required. Similarly, when one electron is added to the valence orbit of neutral atom, when one electron is added, energy will be liberated. That liberated energy is called electron gain enthalpy or electron affinity. The amount of energy liberated when one electron is added to the valency orbit of neutral isolated gaseous atom is called electron affinity or electron gain enthalpy. The amount of energy liberated when one electron is added to the valency orbit of neutral isolated gaseous atom is called electron gain enthalpy. Ionization potential or ionization energy is nothing but the amount of energy or the minimum amount of energy required to remove the electron from the valency orbit of neutral isolated gaseous atom is called ionization potential. Electron gain enthalpy means the amount of energy liberated, released when one electron is added to the valency orbit of neutral isolated gaseous atom is called electron gain enthalpy. I am taking that neutral element is X. Let us take X. It should be in gaseous state. It should be in gaseous state. Plus electron. When electron is added, negative ion is formed to the valence orbit of that X. When electron is added, energy will be X minus ion should be formed. Energy will be liberated. Energy will be liberated plus energy. That energy is nothing but electron gain enthalpy. So we can write same reaction, we can write like this. That energy is nothing but electron affinity. Neutral atom plus electron gives rise to gaseous X minus ion is formed. That energy liberated is electron affinity, EA. That liberated energy is called electron affinity. So this is exothermic process. This is exothermic process. In a chemical reaction, energy is required means endothermic process. Energy liberated means exothermic process. This is exothermic process. Exothermic reaction. Or same reaction we can write like this also. Same reaction. X plus electron gives rise to X minus delta H is equal to, delta H means enthalpy change, will be discussed in thermodynamics lesson. Delta H is equal to minus electron affinity, X plus electron gives rise to X minus energy will be liberated. That energy is EA. Energy is liberated, so delta H value is negative. In a chemical reaction, if energy is liberated, delta H value should be negative. So here delta H is negative. In case of ionization energy, delta H is positive. This is also called first electron affinity, EA1. After addition of one electron, negative ion is formed and energy is liberated. To add one more electron into that valence orbit of that X minus ion, to add one more electron, energy will be required. X minus is formed. After addition of one electron, X minus is formed. To add one more electron to the valence orbit of this X minus, energy will be required. X minus 2 is formed, but energy will be required. So delta H is positive, EA2. After addition of one electron, negative ion is formed. The energy will be liberated. So this is exothermic process. To add one more electron to the valence orbit of negative ion, energy will be required. Energy will be required. That's why second electron affinity is endothermic. First electron affinity is exothermic, but second electron affinity is endothermic. Why here energy is required means this is anion. Negative charge is there, anion. Electron also carries negative charge. We know that electron carries negative charge. Between these two, there is strong repulsion. This anion carries negative charge. Electron also carries negative charge. Between these two, there is strong repulsion. That's why energy will be required. So second electron affinity is always endothermic. First electron affinity is, in general, first electron affinity is exothermic. But second electron affinity is always endothermic. Second electron affinity values are positive. Second electron affinity values are positive means energy will be required. So these factors affecting on this electron affinity. Factors: atomic size, second one is nuclear charge, and the electronic configuration. See, first one, atomic size. If atomic size is less means tendency of an atom to accept the electron is more. Atomic size less means, see, among these two, this atom has more tendency to hold this electron, but here distance is more, less tendency, so it has more tendency to accept the electrons, means electron affinity is more. Nuclear charge, this nuclear charge more means more tendency to accept the electron, so electron affinity will be more. Electronic configuration, if the element has stable electronic configuration, then it has less tendency to accept the electron. If the element has stable electronic configuration, then that element has less tendency to accept the electron, then electron affinity will be less. If we take zero group elements, valence orbital electronic configuration is ns2np6 except helium. Zero group elements valence orbit electronic configuration is ns2np6. No need electrons. In the periodic table, every element tries to get this octet configuration or this duplet configuration. This is octet configuration, this is duplet configuration, or zero group elements configuration. In general, zero group elements configuration. In the periodic table, every element tries to get zero group elements configuration. Already they have stable configuration, that's why they no need electrons. So for zero group elements, electron affinity values are positive. Not only for zero group elements, in the periodic table, for beryllium, magnesium, nitrogen, and for zero group elements. Electron affinity values are positive. Beryllium, magnesium, nitrogen, and for zero group elements, electron affinity values are positive. EA values are positive. Beryllium, it has stable configuration 1s2, 2s2. 2s2, S subshell is completely filled. For magnesium, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, stable configuration. For nitrogen, 2s2, 2p3, p3, 2p3, stable configuration. Zero group elements, they have stable configuration. That's why for all the elements, electron affinity values are positive. That means, see, beryllium plus electron, it should be in gaseous state. Actually, beryllium is not in gaseous state. Beryllium is metal. It should be in solid state. But electron affinity definition, the amount of energy liberated when one electron is added to the valence orbit of a neutral isolated gaseous atom, it should be in gaseous state. Beryllium should be taken in gaseous state. B minus. But here energy will be required. Delta H is positive. To enter the one electron into the valence orbit of beryllium, energy will be required. Like that for these elements also, for remaining elements also. To add the electron, energy will be required. So second electron affinity values are electron affinity values are positive. Next, variation of electron affinity in periods and in groups. Variation of electron affinity in periods. In periods, left to right, atomic size decrease. As atomic number increase, atomic size decreases. In periods, left to right, as the atomic number increases, atomic size decreases. The tendency to accept the electron increases. As atomic size decreases, tendency to accept the electron increases. So left to right, electron affinity increases. In general, it increases, but there are some exceptions. See, if you take lithium, beryllium, lithium to beryllium electron affinity will not increase, because for beryllium, electron affinity is positive. To add the electron, energy will be required. Lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon. For this element, positive. Electron affinity value is positive. Even for this also positive. For this also positive. For remaining elements, left to right increases. Next, variation of electron affinity in groups. Variation of electron affinity in groups. In groups, top to bottom, as the atomic number increases, atomic size increases. In groups, top to bottom, as the atomic number increases, atomic size increases. As atomic size increases, tendency of an atom to accept the electrons decreases. That means electron affinity decreases. In periods, in general, increases. In groups, in general, it decreases. In general, it decreases. In groups, top to bottom, as the atomic number increases, atomic size increases. As atomic size increases, tendency of an atom to accept the electrons decreases. So electron affinity decreases. In general, it decreases. So first A, second A, third A, fourth A, fifth A, sixth A, seventh A, and 0 group elements. If we take S and P block elements, left to right, electron affinity increases. Top to bottom, electron affinity decreases. But for 0 group elements, electron affinity is positive. Then which group elements have highest electron affinity in the periodic table? 7th A group elements. 7th A group elements have highest electron affinity. In the periodic table, 7th A group elements have highest electron gain enthalpy or highest electron affinity. Next, top to bottom, in general, it decreases. But see, if we take 7th A group elements, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, acetine. In general, top to bottom, electron affinity decreases. But fluorine to chlorine, electron affinity increases. It does not decreases. Fluorine to chlorine, electron affinity increases. Fluorine to chlorine, electron affinity increases. For fluorine, this electron affinity value is minus 333 kilojoules. When one electron is added to the valence orbit of neutral gaseous fluorine atom, this much of energy will be liberated. 333 kilojoules of energy will be liberated. If we take chlorine, for chlorine, when one electron is added, delta H is equal to minus 348 kilojoules. This much of energy will be liberated. So when compared to fluorine, chlorine has more electron affinity. In case of fluorine, only 333 kilojoules of energy will be liberated, but in case of chlorine, 348. So In the periodic table, seventh A group elements have highest electron affinity. In the periodic table, seventh A group elements have highest electron affinity. That is halogens. Seventh A group elements are also called halogens. In the periodic table, halogens have highest electron affinity. In that halogens, which element has highest electron affinity? Chlorine. Chlorine. In the periodic table, the element with highest electron affinity is, in the periodic table, the element with highest electron affinity is chlorine, but not fluorine. But not fluorine, because see, this is fluorine, this is chlorine. In groups, top to bottom atomic size increases. From this element to this element, increase in atomic size is large. Not only from fluorine to chlorine, if we take 6 group elements, oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium, polonium. Oxygen to sulfur, increase in atomic size is large. From first element to second element, increase in size is large. This is fluorine. This valence orbit has 7 electrons. Even in case of chlorine also, 7 electrons are there. Here 7 electrons, here also 7 electrons. Due to its small size, inter-electronic repulsions are more. Inter-electronic repulsions. Already 7 electrons are there. In small region, 7 electrons are there. If we add one electron, if we add one more electron, those repulsion forces between the electrons increases. In small region, 7 electrons are there. If one more electron is added, repulsion forces increases. To overcome those repulsion forces, certain amount of energy will be required. That's why less amount of energy will be liberated. But in case of chlorine, size is large. When compared to fluorine, chlorine atomic size is large. Here also repulsions are there, but very less. When compared to this, repulsion forces are very less. That's why here, when one electron is added, more amount of energy will be liberated. Due to inter-electronic repulsion forces, electron affinity of fluorine is less than electron affinity of chlorine. Same reason, even here also. Oxygen to sulfur, electron affinity increases, thereafter decreases. If we take 6 group elements, these are 6 group elements: oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium, polonium. Top to bottom atomic size increases, but here that increase in atomic size is large. In general, top to bottom electron affinity decreases, but oxygen to sulfur increase in from oxygen to sulfur electron affinity increases, thereafter decreases. Even if we take 50 group elements, nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, bismuth. Nitrogen to phosphorus, electron affinity increases, thereafter decreases. So in the periodic table, halogens have highest electron affinity. In the periodic table, halogens have highest electron affinity. In that halogens, chlorine has highest electron affinity. In the periodic table, the element with highest electron affinity or the element with highest electron gain enthalpy is chlorine, but not fluorine. In the periodic table, the element with highest IP is, the element with highest ionization energy is helium. The element with highest electron affinity or electron gain enthalpy is chlorine. During the formation of hydride ion, energy is liberated or absorbed. During the formation of hydride ion, hydride means H minus. During the formation of hydride ion, energy will be liberated. H plus electron gives rise to H minus. Energy will be liberated. If we take oxide ion, O minus 2, energy will be liberated or absorbed. Energy will be absorbed during the formation of oxide ion, energy will be required or energy will be absorbed because O plus electron gives rise to O minus. Here energy will be liberated. Delta H is equal to negative. Delta H is negative. But already I have explained, second electron of it is always endothermic. After addition of one electron, union negative ion is formed. To add one more electron into valence orbit of this O minus, energy will be required. Delta H is positive. Then overall energy. Here energy is liberated, here energy is absorbed, but this absorbed energy is greater than this liberated energy. See, overall reaction we can write O plus 2 electrons gives rise to O minus 2. Delta H is equal to this is negative, this is positive. I am telling that this value is more when compared to this liberated energy. This absorbed energy is more, so overall delta H value is positive. So during the formation of oxide ion or nitride ion, sulfide ion, energy will be absorbed. But during the formation of hydride or even halide means F minus, Cl minus, Br minus. During the formation of hydride or halide ion, energy will be liberated. But during the formation of oxide, nitride, sulfide ion, energy will be absorbed.